Welcome to a journey of transformation and self-discovery. This channel, Inspirational Soul, is a space dedicated to helping you unlock your true potential and live a life filled with meaning and joy. Together, we will explore the teachings of great thinkers like Jung, Gringer, Eckart Tolle, Louise Hay, and timeless figures such as Hermes Trismegistus, Jesus, and Buddha. Through their wisdom and real-life stories, we will find inspiration and guidance to move forward on our paths. As Jung once said, "Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes." These words invite us to turn our attention inward, where the keys to true growth reside. Gringer reminds us, life is not as serious as the mind makes it out to be, encouraging us to live with lightness and perspective. Louise Hay inspires us with her message, "Loving yourself is the greatest gift you can give yourself," highlighting the transformative power of self-love. These teachings, along with the wisdom of Hermes Trismegistus, "As above, so below," Jesus' call for love and compassion, and Buddha's lessons on mindfulness, are guiding lights on the journey to a fulfilling and conscious life. Who looks outside, dreams. Who looks inside, awakes. Jung's message holds a profound truth. We often seek happiness and success outside ourselves. We dream of what society tells us we need: achievements, possessions, recognition. But in doing so, we move away from our essence. Looking inward may not always be easy, but it is where our greatest opportunity to awaken lies. The noise of the outside world. In our modern age, we are surrounded by distractions. Social media, advertisements, and societal expectations constantly bombard us with messages about how we should live our lives. They tell us what to desire, whom to admire, and what goals to chase. But what happens when we achieve it all and still feel empty? Socrates taught us, "Know thyself." This simple advice urges us to pause, reflect, and connect with our deepest selves. Only by truly knowing ourselves can we find lasting happiness. The power of introspection. Introspection not only helps us understand what we want, but also who we are. Lao Tzu said, "At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want." To reach that center, we need to practice inner stillness, move away from external noise, and listen to our inner voice. Imagine a calm lake. When the water is still, you can see your reflection clearly. But when the water is disturbed, everything becomes blurry. Our minds are the same. When we calm them, we can see ourselves as we truly are. Inspiring story, Sarah's awakening. Sarah's story perfectly illustrates someone who chased external goals only to discover that true happiness lay within. As an executive in Chicago, Sarah seemed to have it all: a high salary, a luxurious apartment overlooking Lake Michigan, and the admiration of her colleagues. Yet one evening, as she gazed at the city skyline, she felt an inexplicable emptiness. Driven by a desire for change, Sarah took a leap of faith and booked a solo trip to a retreat in the Rocky Mountains. There, surrounded by nature and free from technological distractions, Sarah began to explore her inner world. Every morning, she watched the sunrise, meditated by a mountain stream, and wrote in her journal. For the first time in years, she listened to her own voice. One morning, as the sky shifted from darkness to light, Sarah wrote in her journal, "What makes me feel alive? What brings me joy when no one is watching?" These questions led her to rediscover a forgotten passion: painting. Picking up a paintbrush, she felt a freedom she hadn't experienced in years. Painting wasn't about praise or profit, it was about nourishing her soul. When Sarah returned to Chicago, she lived differently. She painted regularly, set healthy boundaries at work, and found joy in life's simple pleasures. Her life wasn't perfect, but it was authentic. Sarah had awakened by looking within. Driven by a desire for change, Sarah took a leap of faith and booked a solo trip to a retreat in the Rocky Mountains. There, surrounded by nature and free from technological distractions, Sarah began to explore her inner world. Every morning she watched the sunrise, meditated by a mountain stream, and wrote in her journal. For the first time in years, she listened to her own voice. One morning, as the sky shifted from darkness to light, Sarah wrote in her journal, "What makes me feel alive? What brings me joy when no one is watching?" These questions led her to rediscover a forgotten passion: painting. Picking up a paintbrush, she felt a freedom she hadn't experienced in years. Painting wasn't about praise or profit, it was about nourishing her soul. When Sarah returned to Chicago, she lived differently. She painted regularly, set healthy boundaries at work, and found joy in life's simple pleasures. Her life wasn't perfect, but it was authentic. Sarah had awakened by looking within. Reflection: the trap of external validation. Many of us fall into the trap of measuring our worth by others' opinions or our achievements. But as Theodore Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy. Seeking external validation often leads to fleeting dreams, while looking inward connects us to our true source of happiness. How to begin your own journey of introspection practice. Gratitude. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you have. Gratitude shifts your focus to the positive and helps you appreciate what's already present in your life. Spend time in silence. Set aside a few minutes daily to sit quietly without distractions. This time allows you to hear your inner voice. Ask meaningful questions. Questions like, "What brings me peace?" or "What would I do if I weren't afraid?" can open doors to deeper self-understanding. Explore forgotten passions. Devote time to activities that energize and bring you joy, not because they're productive, but because they nourish your soul. Conclusion: an invitation to awaken. Looking inward may feel challenging at first, but it is the path to a fulfilling life. As Eckart Tolle said, realize deeply that the present moment is all you ever have. Make the now the primary focus of your life. Peace and happiness are not found outside but within, in the here and now. At Inspirational Soul, we want to be your companions on this journey. Through inspiring teachings and real-life stories, we encourage you to discover your inner strength and find peace in the present moment. Follow our channel and let us walk together toward a future of greater understanding, peace, and joy. Today is the perfect moment to begin. Look within, awaken, and find the treasure that has always been inside you. Who looks outside dreams. Who looks inside awakes. Silence the noise of your mind. Disarm your soul. Take care of your inner child and embrace your shadow. Be free.